Do you need customized computer training? Or need someone to manage all of your social media sites? Contact Your Computer Needs of Toledo. We even offer virtual computer consulting. We have stood by our motto, computer training and more, that comes to you for over 14 years. Let us take care of all your computer needs. Visit us online at yourcomputerneeds.net. That's yourcomputerneeds.net. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one-year journey of staying self-employed. So I created this show actually 8 months ago. As you can see, it says 8-month recap. Before that 8 months, though, I actually created 1-year journey of becoming self-employed. So that took me about 220 days to become self-employed. If you would like to tune into those episodes, catch up on those episodes, make sure you go to the description box and go to my YouTube channel, and you can catch up on just my transition, how I became self-employed, and things like that. You can also catch up on my how I stayed self-employed on my 1-year journey from 1 month to 7 months. You can catch up on those episodes and on my YouTube channel as well. So if you are watching virtually, say hello to me on this Saturday. Hello, hello, hello. Make sure you go ahead and share this video now so that more people will be able to tune into my show, as well as know about me and my shows that I host and produce. So my topic today is, I have a big project that I'm planning, and I'm so excited about it. I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I would also love for you to follow me on Instagram. Now, if you truly enjoy the shows that I produce, I would love for you to visit my GoFundMe page or my PayPal link. And those links are in the description box. I would love for you to give a financial gift of any amount that would allow me to continue to produce and host the web shows that I have. So, you know what? That's so crazy that I did that. So I do have a big project that I'm planning, but that's actually not the topic. So the topic is I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary, and I actually celebrated it on August 16th. And I know that it may seem confusing, like, well, how are you celebrating your 1-year anniversary of becoming an entrepreneur if you're only on month 8? Well, I'm glad you asked. The way that is, the reason why that is like that is because I actually started recording my first videos for potential profit on August 8th, on August 16th, 2018. That was the first time that I ever, did my videos or anything like that. And that's why I wanted to celebrate it. But December 22nd is going to be my 1-year anniversary of being self-employed. So that's why there's a difference there. Another thing is, if this is your first time ever tuning into the show, the way that we make the show a lot more interactive is when you post your questions and comments in the comment field. And then I can answer those questions or give you a shout out when you make a comment. So I'm really excited about that. I'm so happy that I did decide to go ahead and start making my videos. And I think that that's the thing, when you do have an idea to start something, to me, it's better to go ahead and start it. And then that's when you see, like when you're working through um, your goal and your idea, then that's when it will begin to take shape as well as transform. I know that's exactly what my business, RJ Specialist, specifically for my videos, have done in the beginning. With my show Business Spotlight, that was just promotional videos that I was trying to create for individuals, um, just 2 minutes long. And so I decided to make it into a full fledged show that is 40 to 45 minutes long. So it's actually a different way that entrepreneurs and business owners can actually promote the products and services that they have and sell. So, like I said, as you continue to work through your goal and your idea, for me personally, it transformed and, you know, changed. But I'm so happy that I started. That's the key thing. Start, 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 start. I've never been the type of person that, and it's pros and cons to this. I've never been the type of person that planned for like a long period of time to execute something. And like I said, that's pros and cons to that. um, for the big project that I will be telling you all about um, in this episode is, something that I know that I had to plan for. But typically, the other things that I have started, I usually just go ahead and execute and figure out things along the way. But I'm very organized. So if you've ever received an email from me, my emails are sometimes lengthy, but they're very detailed. So, you know, I just encourage you, if you have an idea, if you have a goal that you're trying to reach, go ahead and start, because time is flying. I can't believe we're already in August. And so that's the key thing. You have to start, because before you know it, it's going to be 2 years later and you don't have anything started yet. So start, start, start. Okay. And maybe you can have somebody hold you accountable, that's really going to help you with your timeline of, from start to execution. So another great thing is I'm actually getting more authors for my show, authors to know and their books to read. So I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful to God for that. Um, it still takes a lot of work to get the authors, recruiting them for the show. But I can say that I'm having more, I'm producing more shows, more episodes, I'll say, specifically with that show. So that's very exciting. Do you need customized computer training or need someone to manage all of your social media sites? Contact Your Computer Needs of Toledo. We even offer virtual computer consulting. We have stood by our motto, computer training and more, that comes to you, for over 14 years. Let us take care of all your computer needs. Visit us online at yourcomputerneeds.net. That's yourcomputerneeds.net. Another thing along the lines with my Authors to Know show, I'm hosting my very first live Authors to Know and their books to read in Orlando next week, which is August the 31st. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of nervous about that because I really want, I hope that we have a good turnout. I'll say that. And, I didn't have those funds to really promote, the event. So hopefully, all through word of mouth. And I was able to go to a barbershop that's in the area of where we're hosting the event. It's going to be at the library. So where we're hosting the event, I was able to go there and give them a flyer. I want to hit up a couple of the churches that's along the street, give them some flyers. So I think that that's my main concern, having a good turnout, especially for the featured authors. So I'll be praying about that. If you can pray for me as well, then that would be great. So next month I'll be able to tell you how the turnout was, and I would like this to be a monthly event. My ideal dream of this live in Orlando, I would love to take it nationwide, just go to different cities and host the show as well. Um, so I was actually watching Tiffany's Haddish, They Ready um, comedy show on Netflix yesterday. And it was so, the comedians were, okay. And what Tiffany Haddish is doing is, because she has, she has arrived as a comedian, um, through her journey of becoming a famous comedian. She has met female comedians along the way. And she said she wants to bring them more exposure. And a lot of the comedians said that many a times people have told them, oh, when I make it big, I'm going to bring you alongside with me. And they were saying that Tiffany Haddish actually fulfilled, her promise. And so I just thought that that's so amazing, that the levels of success that she currently has, she has decided to share that exposure. And I just think that that is such a blessing. And I hope to become, I don't want to make it sound like only when I become famous, then I'll be able to help others like that. But, you know, I want to help others along the way, of this journey of, where I'm at now. Also, when I do make it big and more people know about my organization and my business and things like that. And so, it's just really, I just felt like watching that show and what she's doing for these female comedians is just so uplifting of, what I need to also be focused on, helping others, in the midst of obtaining, a successful business for myself. So if you're just now tuning in, you're watching my 1 year journey of staying self-employed. I'm just doing my month 8 recap. So um, as I had mentioned before, I'm actually working on a really big project. And it's actually going to roll out in November. So if you have not sent me a friend request, send me a friend request. Make sure you like and follow my page as well. And I'm just really excited about this. And it's a excitement and it's a nervousness because how big the project is and how successful I desire for this project to be. It will take, some money, and I know that because I want it to be professional. And I want it to be exactly the way that my vision is. So I know that I can't do it on my own. So um, I have to contract other individuals to help me with this project. And like I said, I'm just really excited about it. And so while I'm just in the planning stages, I realize how much startup money this is actually going to cost. Not saying that I know the full amount, but because I am working with other professionals, I know that they want to get paid. And, you know, in thinking about that part of it, I got discouraged, and I just said to God in my head, you know, how am I going to fund this? And so later that day, and this was actually yesterday. I think it was yesterday when I said to God, how am I going to fund this? Or day before yesterday. But yesterday, I actually got a phone call from the Census Bureau. And this is actually a job that I applied for back in beginning of June. So I got a call from the Census Bureau, and you know that the 2020 census are coming up. So they called me and asked me if I could be a numerator. And so this is only a temporary job because you know it's only for the 2020 Census Bureau, and the pay is you know decent. And so I can just only thank God for the opportunity to work there, because if you don't know, I actually drive for Uber as well. And so with the doing um Uber and my shows, I'm barely making it, you know, with those two things. And so being able to do this temporary job um, is such a blessing because it's going to bring me more steady income. So with Uber, it brings me money, but the time that I have to spend out there on the road, meaning with the passenger or waiting for a passenger, it's a big chunk of time. And so some days it's just not some days, most, because I don't enjoy doing it, but you know, I just know it's something that I need to do to get that quick cash. So a lot of the times I don't want to drive, you know, and so um, I'm just really thankful for that. And you know, the reason why I talk about God in that situation is because you know, if you don't have a relationship with God, God really just, for me, specifically with my business, God just really just continues to bless me, um, and God allows me, my relationship with God allows me to have a sense of comfort in that I know that I don't have to try to figure it all out, you know, and you know, I just pray that you guys, hey Oscar, I just pray that you guys begin to um, desire a relationship with Jesus Christ, not because of what he can do for you, but also having that connection with your creator. And so it's just such a blessing. And, you know, he constantly reminds me, you know, Martinique, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm going to work everything out. I just need you to just continue to push forward on your ideas. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm asking God for strength as well, because it can be very tiring. But I think for me, it becomes a lot more tiring when I wait to the last minute to do something, when I'm wasting time on Facebook, just scrolling through pages of, you know, people's timelines and their pages and things like that. But I think the one of the biggest things is how much time I spend doing it. So it's nothing wrong with taking a break here and there, you know, but I can spend like 2 hours. Like yesterday when I was watching this Netflix um, special with Tiffany Haddish, you know, I watched like 2 hours, and I know that there's videos that I could be editing, you know, and so it just becomes so addictive to me. And like I convince myself sometimes, like, oh, Martinique, you worked all day, you deserve this. And so it's not, I know, Oscar. So it's not a matter of I deserve this, but Martinique, you don't have to spend all that time relaxing, you know. And so I hope that's something that you don't struggle with, but if you do struggle with it, it's so hard to turn it off. So that's why I'm like, no Netflix today, because I honestly, like, when I turn on Netflix, I know it's a wrap. That I know that I'm gonna spend a solid 2 hours. And so that's like my real, oh, that's my hurdle, y'all. Or watching YouTube videos because they just keep playing. And I just, especially because they're only like 3, 4 minutes, before you know it, I done spent an hour and a half just listening to these 3 or 4 videos. And see, I need to just go to bed, because I do this at night. So I'm like, Martinique, please turn it off. I'm telling you, I'm addicted. That's why I don't have cable. That is one of the reasons. I mean, I can't afford it. That's a different story. But, that's not where I want to put my money towards. But that's like one of the reasons why I don't have cable, because I know that I will be watching TV all day and I would not get anything done. And you have to know your downfalls. You have to be very realistic with yourself when you are trying to um, create a successful anything. And so another big announcement that I have is for my project that's rolling out in November. That's why I need you guys to continue to follow me so you can learn about this big major project and how you can be a part of the project as well. But I actually purchased a domain name for my project. I'm so excited. And it was so cheap. So what the domain name is, the way that my friend explained it to me, because I'm so new to all this website stuff. So the domain name is the name of the website. So, for example, the domain name for Facebook is www.facebook.com. And then you also have the what did she call it? Website host. And so, like, your website host would be like your Wix or your Squarespace, or yeah, Wix or Squarespace, where you can create your website at. So I had not created the website, but I locked in my domain name, and it was only $1 for a year, and they for free. And I went with um, this website called One and One. So that's the number one, and then and one, the number one again, .com. And you can actually purchase your domain name. You can first see if that domain name is taken. And then um, you can purchase that domain name. So like I said, it was only $1 for the domain name, and then I got a email address for free. So I put hello at and then my domain name, and so you get that email for free. And then after the year is up, then I pay. I want to say it's like $15 a year. I'm not saying a month. $15 a year. So if you have an idea about your company name and you don't have a website for it, but eventually you want to move to a website, go ahead and purchase your domain name. Lock it in. So I'm so excited about that. Oh man, I feel like there's a lot of things cooking in the kitchen. And one thing that I hope that I don't do is become lax on things that I'm working on now, for the simple fact of having a new idea and working on that. So I need to be great at all of the projects that I'm working on. And oh, y'all, this is another thing that I decided to do. So I decided to scale back my business. So some of you guys may know that I created two other web shows called Behind the Art and In the Studio. And because my authors to know and their books to read show is picking up, and my business spotlight web show is coming along, I decided to scale back from my four shows to just focus on my two shows. And then because my big project is going to take, a lot of time also, I'm just focusing on that. So I realized that I need to and that's the problem. Because I am a serial entrepreneur. If you have never heard of the term serial entrepreneur, I was just introduced to that word back in, we'll say, August, or maybe even June of last year. And that's because I was listening to an audiobook. And the woman talked about a serial entrepreneur. And I was like, what is a serial entrepreneur? So a serial entrepreneur is somebody that is an entrepreneur in different fields. And that's what I feel like I am. I always have like all these different ideas in different fields. Like some stuff doesn't even match up with other things. And that's okay, you know, but I realized that because I want these three things to be successful, my big project, my authors to know and their books to read web show, and my business spotlight, along with my authors to know live in whatever city I'm in. I want those four things to be successful. So these other ideas that just pops in my head and I'm like, oh, that would be great. I have to just write it down. I gotta write it down, and I gotta do it another time, because I just can't wear myself thin on all of these things and nothing becomes great. So I'm so excited to share with you guys what has been going on in this last month. I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you truly enjoy these shows that I produce, make sure that you go ahead and visit my GoFundMe page and or my PayPal link. And all of those links are actually in the description box. Let's say you say, well, Martinique, I can't support you financially. How else do I help you become successful? Well, from you liking my videos, from you commenting on my videos, from you sharing my videos is so helpful for an individual like myself that's on this type of platform. So doing things like that is just such a blessing to me as well. I hope you guys have a great remaining Saturday, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.